Yes. It's Wednesday. It's time for our weekly trip to the new zoo.
Neil Anderson joins us live this morning from Suamico. Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Well, we're inside where it's kind of high and dry, and we're actually behind the giraffe exhibit. And with me, we've got one of our goats who's actually being good company with one of our newest arrivals, has been our pronghorn, Sherman. Now, Sherman's, he got here on July 1st, and you remember we had him back behind the animal hospital? Okay, he was in the quarantine area. Well, last week, remember we were talking about moving to fallow deer? Mm-hmm. Well, we got them all darted. I darted them all. We worked with Dr. Gilbert. We moved them. They're all up behind the animal hospital doing fantastic. Their new exhibit will be under construction as of Thursday. But this was the next step for Sherman to go ahead and move down here so then he can eventually go out onto the North American plains. In this particular area in the back, we designed this a couple stalls. This is behind the giraffe area. And this has given us an opportunity to kind of see how this is going to work, because we are looking down the road to be able to go ahead and bring in potentially some other African animals in here to go ahead and add to the collection out there with the giraffes, like maybe little Thompson gazelles. So you can see Sherman's, he's out here. You know, so it's a nice little area. The giraffes are getting used to it, but this is important for him to get an opportunity to be able to see the pronghorn out on the exhibit. They can get an opportunity. I mean, he can see them. The pronghorn on exhibit can take a look and see him, get accustomed to each other so they kind of know the whole neighborhood. And this is a transition period. Now, normally, you know, with pronghorns, what happens is, you know, when they're born, for about the first month, they hide. They might spend a few hours with mom, and that's it. Mom goes back and forth. But then after that point, you know, really for the first summer, they end up in what we call nurseries, so that a number of little ones are all together. So this really works out nice as a transition for him. And you can see he's nice and high and dry, and it's pouring out here.
Not pretty.
So
have they checked each other out? Do they get along? Do they seem to be doing okay?
Yeah, you know, I mean, he can see them, they can smell, they know that, you know, I mean, from a pronghorn to pronghorn, there's another pronghorn in the area. It's kind of interesting, you know, as we were wondering, you know, how would the giraffes handle seeing the little pronghorn here, and you know, which is good, because that would be the next transition for us to bring Thompson gazelles in. So that, well, the giraffes kind of came over, took a look down there, it's like, okay, you know, it's it's a little antelope, fine. We're gonna go about our business, and they really couldn't care less at that particular time.
Well, Sherman is a cutie patootie, but he keeps looking away from us.
Yes, he does. He's, you know, he's very curious, isn't he? But he's checking everything out.
Give us a smile,
Sherman. He's a neat little guy. There he is,
Aww.
Sherman. Take a look into the camera.
You worked your magic on him, Rachel. There you go.
Aw, picture perfect.
There. Oh,
Yay.
look at that. Perfect.
Neil, we'll check back with you next hour, okay?
Hey, sounds good.